DJ Bandana.
Hey, yo, what's good, my YouTube fam? It's DJ Bandana Black, Mr. Well Connected, even more respected, a.k.a. Mr. I Am Buffalo, back with another video. And as always, I thank all of you for subscribing to the channel. I thank all of you for watching the videos, all of the comments. Well, actually, some of the comments, because some of them comments is kind of reckless. Like, y'all, like, listen, on my last video, one of my friends died, right? So on my last video, I did like a little shout out to him in the beginning of the video. It's people in the comments, I'm not even gonna say what they tell. Let's just say like y'all need to get a life. Anyways, we're gonna keep it on a positive note. But listen, in 2018, are we gonna get Ether Part 2? I think there's a slim chance we might get Ether Part 2 in 2018, and this is the reason why. Check this out, right? So Nas just released the album, and Jay-Z and Beyonce just released the album called The Carters. So The Carters released their album, Nas released his album called Nasir. Now, check this theory out. Y'all know how these videos go. I have a topic. Y'all watch the video. We discuss it. And we try to just dissect this thing, a little surgical summer for it. Kind of dissect this thing and see, am I tripping or am I on to something here? So check this out, right? Nas was releasing his album, Nasir. And as you know, there was a lot of delays with his album. But it was just weird because there was no delays with Pusha album. There was no delays with Kanye West album. And this Nas album, I don't know if you guys know this, but this was really supposed to be like his breakout album per se. Not saying like breakout like he's a new artist, but he hasn't really dropped. Like I'm a diehard Nas fan, but to the average Nas fan, they would say he hasn't dropped a solid project in a while. Some of his recent releases was kind of, I don't know. But anyways, because it was being produced by Kanye West, so this was like a big thing. Like, yo, Nas finally gonna have some hot beats. Because if y'all who don't know, Nas is the worst beat picker ever. I'm talking about like ever, the worst beat picker ever. Some of his singles off his album be having some nice beats and stuff like that, but he really be picking like he be having some dope lyrics with some whack beats sometimes. Well, anyways, Kanye West is supposed to produce the whole album, and they were gonna put that out, and this is supposed to be like a major big thing. You also know that Jay-Z and Kanye West are not on the best of terms. And I don't know if you know, like in this industry, say, for example, if an album comes out Friday, that album probably was done for at least 2 weeks prior. And me being a DJ on radio, say, for example, for example, like Pusha T album. If Pusha T album comes out Friday, I'll probably have a clean and a dirty version of it Wednesday, and I'm not even like the top DJ in the world like that. So most other top DJs and other execs would have the music a little bit earlier. And I say that to say this: I'm pretty sure Jay-Z was able to listen, or at least get the ingredients to Nas's album before it was actually released. And I think that has a little bit to do with the stalling of Nas's album, how long it took to actually come out. Now, there's a song on Nas's album, and this is why I'm saying I'm breaking it down to you why we might get this Ether Part 2. There's a song on Nas's album, and I'm not going to put the audio in it because, like I said, I'm a diehard Jay-Z and Nas fan. I'm not even going to take a 15-second clip of their music and put it on this video. But I'm going to read some of the lyrics from it. So on Nas' album, there's a song called Adam and Eve. And here are the lyrics. It says, "What come first, peace or the paper? Before I had a piece of paper, peace was in my favor. Before I sat to eat at the table, it had leeches and traitors. Cut the fat from the meat, extract the wheat, bon appetit. No bacon, brothers is swine. It's so hard to trust them because my hustle is mine. It's evident that they all same with gray hair and still mean mugging. Gray hairs of wisdom, that means you seen something. Say something, you stay frontin', but these clowns got false crowns, fictional kings. You broke my heart, Fredo. You bring this thing of ours down to a fable. Be advised, my guy's dying, enterprising at a boss's table." Keyword, boss's table. So that's a verse from Nas's album, Adam and Eve, right? So like I said, a lot of times if you're a pretty big rapper like Nas or Jay-Z or like that, you can kind of hear people's music before it come out. Sometimes it leaks from engineers or different things like that. Now, keyword on that Nas record, Adam and Eve, that part ends off with boss table. That's the last bar in that sentence. Now, if you go over to the Carters, they have a actual song called Boss. And this is what I'm saying. We might get that smoke. And everybody, when they heard the Jay-Z song Boss, they just assumed that he was talking about Drake. Now, he might be talking about Drake. He might really be talking about Drake. But if you look at Nas's album now being released on Tidal and all that too, this may have a different a different target. So on Jay Z and Beyonce, the Carter's album, this song is called Boss. It says 100 million crib, 3 million watch, all facts, no cap, false nigga, you not a boss, you got a boss. Niggas getting jerked, that shit hurts. I take it personally. Niggas rather work for the man than work with me. Just so they can pretend they on my level, that shit irking to me. Pride always goeth before the fall, almost certainly. It's disturbing what I gross. Survey says you not even close. So realistically, financially, Nas and Drake are nowhere close to Jay-Z. Honestly, Drake is probably closer to Jay-Z financially than Nas. I mean, I know it's just, I hate to say that too, but Drake probably has more money than Nas. But when you really look at and maybe it's just a coincidence that on the Nas record, he says, be advised my guy's dying, enterprising at a boss's table. And then on the Jay-Z record, the name of it is called Boss. And if you really listen to the lyrics, like I said, I might just be tripping. I don't know. I need y'all to comment below and let me know. Am I tripping, or is this, maybe it's just a coincidence, but this Jay-Z verse could potentially be aimed at Nas. Because even though Jay-Z and Nas squashed the beef and they've been cool, whatever like that, like, I'm going to keep a G with you. If you, well, I'm not gonna say if you, when the situation that happened between Jay-Z and Nas, his baby mom and all that, I don't care how much you squash the beef, how much y'all cool. At the end of the day, that's still, you're not gonna be like the best of friends after that. Like, I understand they can be around each other and stuff like that, they're not gonna be the best of friends. And Jay-Z has pretty much shown that he's all about business. At the end of the day, it's about a dollar first. Business comes first, and you can't fault him for that. That's one of the reasons why Nas is probably not as, I would say, financially successful. Nas is respected a little bit more sometimes than Jay-Z in certain conversations. I really can't put one over the other, but Nas really could have as much money as Jay-Z if he would have, how do you say this? Because I don't want to say Jay-Z sold out, but if you, Nas is like a artist. He's a true artist. Jay-Z is a true artist too, but he's more on a not money comes first on the business aspect. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, Nas would be a lot more bigger if he had like better beats and really focus on doing like radio singles and promoting and different stuff like that. Nas just know that he's dope. He puts out dope music and kind of leaves it at that. Jay-Z really took it on more of a business level. So y'all got to let me know. Is this just a coincidence between these two songs, or those lyrics that Jay-Z had on that song, Boss, even though everybody is reporting that those lyrics are at Drake, could those have possibly been at Nas? Could Jay-Z have known about this Nas record prior to it coming out? It could have happened, possibly. And if he did hear that, it would take him nothing to go back in the studio, you know what I'm saying, change a verse around or like that. And what was the hold up with Nas' album? Why did it take so long for it to come out and finally get out on Tidal and all that? Hence, Jay-Z owns Tidal. And above all of that, Nas puts out his album, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce put out their album on the same day. And in this industry, that's not a good thing. I don't know if a lot of you know about like industry and sales and stuff like that. Some of you probably do, but two major artists putting albums out on the same day, let alone the same week, is really not a good idea. It doesn't really help unless they're on the same label. Like when it happened with 50 Cent and Kanye West, that was a little bit of a different situation for them to release on the same time because they weren't the same type of artists. Like they had different fan bases and all that. But for your major artists out there, releasing on the same date, let alone the same week, is not good. So for Jay-Z, obviously being the bigger artist, to drop on the same day that a Nas album dropped, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Make sure you comment below how you feel, because if this is true, I think it's going to be a surgical summer, because if I was Nas, I'd be pissed that Jay-Z dropped his album on the same day that I dropped mine, like without no saying release date, anything like that. Like basically just when Nas dropped his album and it finally came out, because it was like held up forever when it finally came out, everybody was talking about Nas. The minute that Jay-Z and them dropped their album, no more Nas. And I actually like the Nas album better so far right now. I haven't really got too deep into the Jay-Z, into the Carter's joint yet. But I don't know. I'm a Jay-Z fan and a Nas fan. Make sure y'all comment below. Let me know, because if Nas is pissed about this, I don't know. We might get that Ether Part 2. Because like I said, those bars on the Nas joint kind of sound like he's talking about Jay-Z. The bars on the Jay-Z joint, even though they say is going at Drake, that could potentially be about Nas too, because his album, was going out on Apple, iTunes, and all that too. Anyways, comment below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on all social media networks, Instagram, Twitter, all that, at DJ Bandana Black. And when you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, just comment on one of the pictures and let me know that you follow me so I can follow you back, maybe shout you out and all that. Anyways, remember, life is what you make it, so make it. It's DJ Bandana Black. I'm out.
DJ Bandana.